Hey everyone, and welcome to DPC Learnings. And today we are going to reveal to you our DPC website builder that is free to Hint customers, along with a whole bunch of other tools and resources we've been putting together. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Lauren Tancredi. I am the practice development lead here at Hint Health, and I'm joined by the fabulous Alex George today. Alex, you want to say hi?
Hi, I'm Alex George. I'm the head of marketing here at Hint.
Awesome. And we're going to talk to you a little bit about your website. Now, when I started my business, like the first 5 years I was consulting, I didn't even have a website. Everybody came to me at word of mouth, right? And then I started to realize that there's actually some importance in having a website. And it doesn't have to be perfect, but to know your industry and have a tool that's readily available is one of the things that we wanted to aspire to do here at Hint. And so we want to talk to you a little bit about first, before we dive into the tool, the importance of your website. And so, Alex, you want to speak to that a little bit with me today?
Yeah, from a marketing standpoint, I think when I talk about a website with either our DPC customers or other people who are looking to enter the space, really the idea is that you're owning your corner of the internet. That's the kind of a term I heard back in the day and something that really attached to me. This is going to be, in most cases, one of the first opportunities for a possible customer, patient, member to get to know you, get to know your practice, know what you're all about. And so when you're building out a website, it's really important to ensure that you have a few key aspects to the site. Most importantly, definitely something that reflects you and your personality, so people can attach to that and ensure that they're able to latch onto who you are as a physician or a clinician. Secondly, you want to make sure that the website is clear, has very clear call to actions, and makes sure it's easy for them to navigate, understand where to go and what the goal of the website is. Lauren, what would you add on to that?
Yeah, I mean, totally. I think you're right. Like, if you think about, and I always relate for those practitioners that are watching and providers, like, if you think about the care plan that you give to your patients, like they really want to know how to dive deeper, right? And your website can allow for them to do that. And I think that one of the most exciting parts of the website is it can do some of the selling for you if you've got it. And so a lot of you that are coming to DPC or micro practices, you don't have a ton of admin. Like, why wouldn't you let your website sell for you? Why wouldn't you let people schedule with you, sign up through the online enrollment week, book a meet and greet? And so a lot of that setup can be done through your website that actually acts as like another arm of your business. And not only that, like this Alex's point earlier about like letting people see you and experience you and have this essence of you is like a huge component of DPC, because it's not your traditional fee-for-service where you're an insurance provider that's listed in a directory, right? You actually have to like teach them how to be with you in the practice and what DPC is. And so that takes a little bit of like your essence and getting to know who you are, along with like, brand awareness and customer experience, which Alex is not shy to at all, because he does a lot of that for us at Hint. So if you want to share a little bit more about how that might help them.
Yeah, I mean, customer experience is key. I think in everything that we do, we should be thinking about how is our patient, our member experiencing your practice, right? And like this goes well beyond the website, as many of you are very aware. It comes into your actual clinic, how you've designed your clinic, things like that. But you can pull those aspects out of your clinic and into your website, onto your online presence, so that you're attracting the right kind of patients and members that you're looking for your practice. So I think patient experience, customer experience is a huge aspect to this. We're not going to spend too much time talking about like how to build a website and those types of things. But really what we're excited to talk about today is actually our new feature release called the Hint Website Builder. The Hint Website Builder is a tool, and it's something that's available to all of our Hint customers. As long as you are someone who's subscribed to a Hint software package, you have access to this website builder. The cool thing about it is a free website tool. So effectively, as long as you have a domain name, you're able to turn on or activate your website builder and build out a website for yourself. This is really a huge benefit for all of our newer practices that are getting started, right? The cost of getting started, which Lauren can allude to, can get pretty steep, and website is one of those things that can definitely cost a bit of money if you want to do it right. And what we've done is we've partnered with a website builder. We've built out a few templates that you can choose from, and enabled you with different trainings and education to be able to kind of flesh out the rest of that website yourself. Lauren, what would you add on to that?
Yeah, just like a lot of the practices that I've been working with in our Thrive cohort and communities is like they don't even have access to the back end of their website. And so all of a sudden you pay somebody lots of money to build out this thing and you kind of hand over the keys to a really expensive car that you never get to drive, right? And so one of the reasons that Hint has integrated this into kind of like our ecosystem of tools for you is like we want you to know how to get in and change things and make them updated and make changes on the fly without having to pay somebody every single time you need something. And so I know early on, Alex and I had taken a stab at writing out some content. We know the industry, we know who you are, we know what patients want to hear. So it gives you a really good framework to get yourself started. And why I think it's great for those startup DPC practices to go in and kind of just like already have a ground to land on.
Yeah, I think you nailed it right on the head with that. One of the cool things about this website, one of the things I love about it is we've sat down not only with Lauren, who has a wealth of knowledge here, but some other DPC practices, some other agencies to kind of think through the content, look at some of our favorite websites that are out there, and build out a couple templates that we feel would be a great place to start for any DPC practice. Andy, will this allow you to build a site while leaving the existing site live until Hint built site is ready? Yeah, so effectively what you're asking is, are we able to keep our current site live until we've finished building out our website? Absolutely. The final step, I guess, in the whole process is actually transferring your domain over. So I can show you a little bit what that process looks like when we get into the demo side of things. But basically, you can get in, play around with the tool, start building it out, and then when you're ready to transfer it over, you can do that.
Also, if you've got any questions along the way, Andy took the lead there and just popped right in. But please don't hesitate to ask, because that's what we're here for. We talk to each other all the time, and we could probably jam all day, right, Alex? But we'd love to hear from you and what you all want to know about what it is that we're up to and how we get to help support you.
Got it. Cool. So I think how do we access the website builder? Perfect question. So let's just jump into the demo side of things. I'll go ahead and share my screen and we can get going on that. Let me pull that up real quick and jump over into my Hint account. Awesome. Lauren, are you able to see my screen here? Does this look good?
I can see it. And Todd, I was actually thinking about you when I was having this conversation with Alex, because you get to make your website here.
Perfect. Awesome. So once you have access to your Hint account and we've chatted with you about which template you'd like to move forward with, our team will go ahead and enable the website builder for you. To access that, you're going to go over to the admin portal. Scroll down, you'll see a nifty new button called Website Builder. Now, again, this is only available to you once the website builder has been activated for your account. So if you don't see it, reach out to the team and our awesome CS team will get that set up for you. When you click into that, it's going to open up the website builder here. And this is basically a single sign-on website builder access that you can just jump right into. So this is one of our templates here. I believe this is version 1 or template 1. And the idea is from here, you can start getting in there and playing around with the tool. It's super easy to navigate. Basically, you can pop in and click and change, edit, copy text, whatever you like. You can replace images. So if there's certain images that you want to pull into your own, you're able to go ahead and do that by replacing them that way. You can manage your entire page flow. There's a whole bunch of different things that you can do with it. So what I'm going to do, I'm gonna kick it over to Lauren to ask her a question. Lauren, where's the first place that you would start when we get a template like this? What's something that you want to do first? And I'll show you how to do it.
I would say update my logo and or branding, right? Because if I'm not Hint, I want to make sure it looks and feels like me.
Perfect. Awesome. So along the left-hand side, we have a few different navigation items. The first thing here is going to be our overall theme. So your site theme, things in terms of your branding, if you will, you can update what all of your buttons will look like, your colors, what your different fonts are. If there's going to be specific images that you want to have associated with your brand as well, how you want those to be laid out throughout the entire website, as well as the backgrounds and the site layout. Now, if you wanted to change just your logo as an example, you can just click into that and boom, replace it just like you would with any sort of website builder tool. You can upload the image here, or you can upload all of your different images as well as logos and icons into the content folder here under the media manager. So for people who have built a website before, I think you're starting to get an idea. This is super easy to use, all drag and drop, one-click sort of access types of things. What's the second thing you might want to do once you're building out your website?
Yeah, I mean, first of all, I love like what you see is what you get. It's right all in front of you, and that's not always the case with some of the website builders that I've been in the back end with you guys on. Trust me, I know your frustration. I think the second thing I look at is just like the pages and the content, right? So how would I add pages if I needed to do that or change them?
Perfect. Yeah. So with our templates that we built out, we have developed each of these different pages for you. So there's a good place, a starting place, if you will. We thought through what kind of some of the needs are and what you would do there. But you can always come in and either duplicate pages that you like. So let's say I wanted to jump over to the About page and share a little bit more about me. This is the layout of this page where you might fill in some more information and introduce your team and that sort of thing. But let's say I wanted to create another page similar to the About page. You can go ahead and click on this and you can just duplicate the page, or you can just click on new page and create a new page out of the get-go and start to pull in the different widgets that you might want to lay out that page. This tool comes with a number of basic and popular widgets that we already have so that you can kind of build it as you see fit. But a lot of these were actually custom built for each of the templates. So what I'd recommend is just using kind of a simple copy and paste. You right click on copy. And then if you wanted to drop another row of employees or team members down here, you can right click again and click paste, and you're going to be able to drop stuff right in. So for the most part, I would say that a lot of these templates already have everything you need to at least get started, but you're able to make them your own and add a little bit more from there as well.
I love video, like adding video on websites so people can like actually get the experience of me. Can I do that here? And what does that look like?
Yeah, you bet. So if you're going to pop in, in most cases, the way that you want to go with a video aspect of things is going to be embedding that video. So you'd select your video tool, and let's say we wanted to drop it in right below our setup intro call. Like so. You can just drop that right in there. You'll be able to navigate, set it up how you want. And in most cases, you're going to want to either upload a actual video file or pull from one of your video storage tools, like a YouTube or a Vimeo in this case. Once you have it in there, you can decide how big you want it, if you want it full width, what the width would look like, things of that nature, spacing and animation around that as well. And then you're good to go.
Cool. And then obviously, if I want to edit the copy, I just get to click and type right over what's there. So that's super exciting. And if I wanted to, one of the things that I teach people to do in our onboarding journey is to create a video message for like a members only area. So can I have a hidden page and or upload PDFs in here? Because we use welcome guides and that kind of thing.
Yeah, it's a great question. You're able to upload PDFs basically similarly using the same widget tool so that people can download them. At this time, there's not a necessarily independent members portal or anything of that nature, but you can link out to those sorts of things. So with any button, in this case, we have a join the family button. Let's say I went up to this and I wanted to add another button to the right or change this button to something else. You can actually link out to any different sort of page that you want. You could also create hidden pages. Hidden pages just means that they're not going to show up on your main navigation, but they won't necessarily be password protected or like member login set up in that sense.
That's perfect. That's exactly what we do is redirect from hidden to a hidden page. So I think that's a perfect solution for what it is that we talk about. One of the things I'm curious about, Alex, is, I can see this right now. It's on your desktop. Do I have to format it different for mobile versions? Like, how does that look? Because I know sometimes things get wonky once you start looking at different devices.
Yeah, great question. So this is formatted for desktop and mobile. However, going in there and just checking the edits and the changes you make is something you can definitely do. You can see we have a tablet view here, and then you also have a mobile device view. So you're able to come in, edit things up. If you see on mobile, hey, actually, I want it to be a little skinnier. I don't want as much spacing or whatever it may be. You can change that specifically to the mobile view itself.
Awesome.
Yeah. One thing I'd recommend if you are going to play around with the tool is just making sure that when you're making sweeping changes like links and things like that, you do it from the desktop page and then just double check everything on mobile afterwards.
Cool. And then in regards to can we take a peek at the membership page? Because that's what people want to know. Like, what the heck is it that I'm buying? What does that look like? And let's talk a little bit about how that can link to the Hint OS.
Yeah, great question. So what I'll do here is I'll scroll down, and basically you can update this to show what sorts of services are included in your practice. Obviously, everyone wants to understand what they're getting with their membership. Can add a little bit more value here, and then you can set up different types of memberships actually. So in this case, we're just going to have basic single member for adults, single member for kids, and then a family pack. What you can do as well actually is go back over to your Hint account, and you can jump over into your online sign up page. And then you're able to copy your sign up pages or different pages based on what you need for any specific type of membership that you want to link out, right? So in this case, let's say our basic DPC plan, I'm going to go ahead and copy that link address. I'm going to go back in here and I'm going to say under join now, I want this to go out to a different page, the sign up page that I've already created. I can go ahead and that will be saved now. And now when I go over and preview this page, which we'll go to a quick preview, and I click on this button, it's going to take me out to the actual sign up page. So open this in a new link. Now you can see I'm straight into the Hint sign up page that we built out for this account. So really easy and simple to take the stuff that you built in Hint and incorporate it into your website so that it's a nice kind of smooth flow there.
Yeah. And I love that you made it open an external window. I would say most of you who go through my website review fail when you make people leave your site. You want to keep them on your site. And so that's a huge, of huge importance, at least in my mind anyways.
And similarly, just how you would set up different plans within your Hint account, you can go ahead and kind of duplicate these different layouts here on this page. So if you want to offer a certain type of employer discount or maybe just a contact us page or whatever that may be, you can do that.
Yeah. Let's talk a little bit about the lead capturing, right? So a lot of the practices I talk to are like, hey, my marketing's not working. They don't have really good forms for people to fill out. They're not capturing information. Can you show me a little bit about what that looks like here?
Yeah, absolutely. So let's go over to, on this specific page, maybe we have it on the employers page. Yeah. Okay, let's jump over to the employers page as an example. And on the employers page, we're actually looking to learn more and maybe speak with someone. So for this button, instead of this going to a different page to sign up, we go to a pop-up form in this case. So what I can do is I can go and open this pop-up and see what it would look like. For this, it's an employer interest form, capturing their name, email address, phone number, title, company, and number of employees, right? Pretty basic form. If I wanted to edit anything within this form, I can do that. I can change things here. This pop-up form, you could always embed the actual form on the page. So if you'd rather have it in one place rather than a click or rather than a pop-up, you have different ways of going about it. That's just really kind of dealer's choice, as I like to say. And you can choose what happens once they submit something. So when a new submission's put through, you can say, hey, I want this sent to myself. And it's going to tell me that it's coming from the website and it's new employer interest. You can set up different actions like a thank you message to happen, or if there's an error, things of that nature. You can also redirect to other pages after they submit that as well. Okay. And then you can set up tracking based on different conversion codes or different conversion pages. So one thing that you can do is set up different types of landing pages with this tool by duplicating or creating new landing pages that are maybe hidden or not something that's readily available in the site navigation. And then you can link out to those with different ad strategies. So maybe you have a Facebook landing page, or you have a Google Ads landing page, or a local SEO landing page. You can then update some of the conversion details here so that as they're coming through on your back end, you're able to track that. And this is where it can get a little bit integrated, right? So you can integrate with different tools that you might use. It's not super robust at this time, but the main thing I would recommend is you have these webhooks available. So if you're a little more tech savvy, you can connect to really any sort of CRM in that case.
Awesome. And I love that it's got basic emails, because if nothing else, you should be continuing to nurture these folks that are coming into your website, even if they say no to you, which we had a huge conversation, because it may just mean not right now, right? And so how do you keep in touch with them and warm them up to who you are and what you're up to? Your blogs on there are a great way that you can use them in those newsletters. So we had a question around, how do I add a button?
How do I add a button? Great question. All right, so let's go to a page. In this case, we'll just go to the About page as an example. And we have set up an intro call. Maybe we wanted to, book an appointment or something like that here. Let's give an example. So you have two options. If you already see a button that exists on that page, you're going to want to copy it. That's the easiest way to do it. You just right click on that button. You can go down, select copy, and then you can right click where you want it and click paste. It's going to drop that button right in line there. Oh, where'd it go? Try that one more time.
Oh, it's up top. See it?
Oh, there it is. Thanks. Appreciate it. And then you can move that to where you want it. Similarly, If I click into that, now I can say where I want this to. I can change what the name of the button is. So maybe this is going to be book an appointment. And I want that to go, in this case, to that pop-up. That's going to be the appointment pop-up. So it's all set up in that case. And then you can move it around. You can drag and drop basically where you want it to be. So let's say I'm going to put it below the setup intro call. You can play with the spacing a little bit. Maybe I'll change it to just appointment, or I can widen this box a little bit in order to make it fit a little bit more. Let me do that.
Man, we've come a long way in website builders. It used to be back in the day, like code it and then publish it and hope to God it looks good. And now you guys can just do it real time. It's
awesome. Pretty cool. Oh, move that back. So that's messing with that side. Oh, popping around here. Yeah. Additionally, if I'm just going to go back there real quick and show that you can also add buttons directly in. So you want to play with the spacing a little bit on that to get it right. You can also go to your widgets and go type in button up here. You can choose button and drag it in. So let's go ahead and drop this in right in there. And when you drop in, it's going to allow you to choose some of the setup around that as well. So you can go to your design and you can choose what type of button maybe you want, whatever it would look like, things of that nature. You can choose the text and kind of go from there. So adding things in, using the widgets tool. I personally just like to use the copy and paste feature. I just feel like it keeps things a little bit more aligned in that case.
Awesome. Chris asked, or is making a comment around the website builder looks like Wix. If I've already built my website with Wix, are the hint templates, buttons, etc., available for me to use on my Wix account?
That's a great question. So this just kind of, we built this on a tool that's called Duda. So it's not Wix, unfortunately. So those templates are not something that are exportable out of this kind of more commercial grade tool, unfortunately.
But Chris, I'm sure you could look at the templates we have and see if you can model your Wix design. One of the key features or benefits of the tool is that it's within your platform too, right? So everything's all in one place. Not to be confused with the all-in-one that is also available to our hit startup clients.
So that was one thing I wanted to highlight with the appointment button that we just created, right? So now if I go back over to the appointment pop-up as an example, this is where if you're using our all-in-one tool, you can actually connect your calendar directly into this, right? So we've created different calendar links for different people. You can either you can have it request an appointment in this way, like a form, or you can actually just change that button to point directly at the actual calendar link. So there's different ways you can integrate the tool, just like how you would anyways with any website, but it kind of brings it all full circle when you think about it like that.
Awesome. Let's talk about, one of the big topics of conversation today was all around marketing and like, how does a firm or a practice become more visible? So can you speak a little bit to like what kind of SEO and other tools might help support that in the back end of this builder here?
Yeah, great question. So I haven't set up much of my SEO or my site icons, things of that for this test account. But the really cool thing is it does give you all of the capabilities, not only to set up on-site SEO, which is, how people can find new keywords, phrases, things of that nature, but you also can just plug in directly to Google here, which is huge, right? So you can do your Google Analytics tools of that. You can set up your tag manager, which is awesome. In terms of the actual site SEO itself, you'll be able to enable your local business schema. This is something that regardless of if you're using our tool, this is something that you should be doing with your website as well. What that allows is it enables people in your local area to find you. It allows you to show up on those. So one way to think about that, and something we'll be talking about at Hint Summit, Andrew Newland is going to be joining us for the DPC Accelerator, is going to be talking about using setting up your local Google SEO and doing those types of things. So definitely, the cool thing about this tool is everything's built into it. You can set up all your meta, your sitemap, keywords, those types of things, and it really enables you to show up on those Google first pages or other browser search engines.
Awesome. I love that. Alana asked if we had recorded video training available for clients. The personal CS touch is important, but having something available for set service is also important.
You bet. Yeah. So two things there. When you get set up with the account, we send over a demo video It's basically me walking through this, all the different aspects of this. So it gives you an idea, kind of a checklist of things to do. And then you also always have this amazing help tool. So you can pop into here. As you can see, it's basically a white label. You can search for things. So let's say we wanted to add a button. I can search for buttons, and it's going to give me a couple trainings around buttons, right? So we have all this right at your fingertips as part of the website builder as well. It talks about widgets, website builder, all these different things, which is really cool. So there's a lot of educational material that's at your fingertips. We know that our customer base is oftentimes very much a do-it-yourself customer base, and so we wanted to enable the tool to allow you to do that.
Yeah.
And then one thing before I forget, earlier we talked a little bit about connecting your site domain. Just want to point that out real quick. So when you're ready to publish your site, you can go over to here and click Publish Your Site. And then once the site is published, it gives you the option to utilize a default domain, which we really don't recommend you doing that, or you can connect it with your domain. So in this case, you could type in what the domain is that you purchased off of GoDaddy or wherever you got your domain from, and you can connect it at that time. And there's some great training around walking you through setting up the DNS and pointing it directly to this website.
Awesome.
In this case, I'll go ahead and take this website off, but yeah, you can always unpublish it if you accidentally publish it and you don't want it to be live yet.
Awesome. So you could work on it in the background while you're moving over your site, do all of those things. We've got membership, and then we've got a couple of pages that are already included in there. But if you've seen a lot of DPC websites. I'm curious, what are the couple of pages that you would recommend somebody include in their website?
Yeah, I mean, getting started point of view, I think this is what's definitely required. The membership, the services. If you are someone who's interested or wants to work with employers, I would create a separate page for that. The reason why I would do that is because you can create different types of content, SEO, driving to that page that would be more relevant to employers versus your retail or local clients. I think FAQs are always a good idea. What I would do with FAQ pages as well, if maybe you don't want to call it FAQs, but like about DPC, or introduce them to direct primary care so they understand what it is that they're actually getting into. I see a lot of DPC customers do a great job of that. And then I'm a big fan of blog content. You can really make that what you want. It can be a vlog, video blog. It can be more of a podcast approach, whatever you'd like there. But the blog is great, and it's also an awesome way to keep driving content to you. So we built out both of the templates that we have today with blogs attached to them, and so that you can kind of create new posts, manage them, post them, and make it all really easy and friendly to kind of engage with your customers and your members here. It also is a really great way to drive SEO, right? If you figure out what the right kind of key terms and phrases that you want for your given customer base, it's just an awesome way to stay front of mind and provide that content that they might need.
And is there any integrations with like social media? So I create a blog, I can share it, or can any of my social posts get posted on my website?
Yeah, great question. So you obviously, I would recommend updating your social links here so you have them on your website as well. If you want to have like a feed, if you will, you could build out a page or add it to your blog page. I believe there's a widget in here around social, so let's take a look at that. So yeah, you have this kind of Twitter feed or your Facebook comments. You can add, like my page, whatever it may be. You can also have a share from each of your different blog pages as well. So there's some aspects of it there, but it really depends what you're looking for. For more custom build outs and for things, let's say you wanted to do more than maybe what our basic template enables, we do have the ability to introduce you to a designer. That would be at an additional cost, not paid to hint directly with the designer. But they're the ones that help. They're very well educated with this platform. We're happy to introduce you to them so that you can make it even more your own if that's something you'd be interested in. So you can just reach out to our support team to ask for an introduction, or our marketing team. We're happy to support you in that way as well.
Awesome. And I would say, just like circling back to the pages, like I try and limit most of the time, like 5, maybe 6 key kind of like top level navigation pages, and then everything else hopefully falls underneath, because when we give people a lot of choices, they don't really know where to go. And if we're coming back to that like customer experience piece, like you really want to have a flow, which is why I love that you put the about piece first, because I think that you as a provider are the ones that are going to sell the thing. The people being able to connect, know, like, and trust you, like that's the true core, at least in my mind, of what is behind every successful practice. And so I love that that's there. And then it goes into, okay, you like me, then let's talk about what membership looks like. Then let's talk about what else I can have to offer, right? And so if we think about your main navigation is almost like your patient journey and how they're guiding themselves through their, like, relating to the practice, it's a huge piece of things. Cool. Well, Alex, I know that the website builder is one of the pieces of all of our DPC startup offerings. Want to talk a little bit more about what else we're seeing our newbies come into on our platform?
Yeah, that's a great page. I mean, great question. Sorry, I was just reading the page on the website. With regards to, one thing that we're doing here at Hint, and something that I really love about our mission, is driving the whole industry forward and creating pathways for startups to happen. Just as a quick anecdote, I was at the AFP National Conference last month, and I was blown away by the reception that DPC was getting. There were only 3 of us that were exhibiting and educating about DPC, but there were 2 talks. Both talks were full. Shout out to Dr. Robert Boyer. He did a great job with, describing what it's like to be a DPC practice. And the number of residents and medical students that came up to me and chatted with me and said, like, oh, DPC is my path. That's what I'm choosing to do. They may be 2-3 years out still, but they know that this is what they want to do. And so it was really encouraging to have that conversation with them and start to educate them around the different things that we offer. So with that, we do have our startup package, right? The Hint all-in-one is available for anyone that wants to launch a practice. They get free access up until launch day, and then 3 months free. And at that point, that would be something that includes the website builder. We have access to our DPC accelerator. That's what Lauren runs here, and she does an awesome job educating people. But as part of that, we've launched a new Thrive cohort. So we're doing, I think, 4 cohorts per year, maybe more if we're able to do so. But the idea is to get you from 0 to 1 effectively, right? Get you launched and make sure that we have a number of patients and members coming in the door at that point. And then, we're providing this sort of content in educational format. We always have it available. We have an awesome customer success team, but we also do our Hint Summit. And so Hint Summit is something that we've been putting on for the past 6 years, I want to say now. This year it's down in San Diego. It's going to be next month, September 20th through the 23rd. And the cool thing about that is we're actually doing a DPC launch day for all practices that are looking to launch their practice in the 4th quarter here, or want to get into Hint and start using the tool. So we're doing a launch day on the 20th, and then on the 23rd we have our back by popular demand, the Accelerator Live as well, which is going to be a really fun day where we do more hands-on work, and each attendee is going to come and take away some really meaningful practices that they can implement into their practice right away. So I think that covers it. Did I miss anything, Lauren?
Just Hint Connect, looking for employers to send your way. So if you're not part of a network or affiliated with other practices, really consider thinking about like opening up to the possibility of working with employers through networks like Hint Connect that we offer as well. Cool. And so I know you said reach out to us to get started with the website builder. So that looks like emailing support@hint.com if they want to get started.
Yeah, if you're already a customer, you can reach out to the support team, support@hint.com. If you're interested in getting started, you can go to hint.com/website builder, or really anywhere on our page, fill out kind of an interest form, and we'll have someone from our team reach out and start the process.
Awesome. Thank you all for your eyes and attention and time. I see that we got one more question. Just if I accidentally erase a page, is there a way to get it back?
That's a great question. Let's find out. So if you come into your pages, I'm going to use the help. That's my way of doing things.
Alex,
I'm a Googler. I'll be honest with you. If I have a question, how to recover a deleted page, see what they give us. Alrighty. There's nothing popped up right away on this. I'll have to do some research and find out. That's a great question. I'm learning right alongside you. So if this is something that you actually did, let's hop on a call and we'll figure it out together.
Awesome. And then one other question, just like I'm ready to go. How long does it take to get started?
Oh yeah, great question. In terms of signing up fresh from Hint, we are able to get you onboarded with your account and access to the website builder within a week, if not sooner. So I think the turnaround time can be as quick as 48 hours. But we're happy to, once you've signed on the dotted line, get things rolling right along.
Yeah, Todd. So that should happen pretty quickly since you're already a client, right? Like we'll get you just got to pick out your template. And I think that's on that Hint page, right?
Yeah, the templates. So we do, I believe you can see both templates from our website builder page. Yeah.
Cool. Awesome. Well, thank you. Thank you, Elena, for your comments in the chat too. We see those. You're very welcome. I appreciate your time and attention, and we will see you in our next DPC learnings.
All right. Have a good day.